Hello. Welcome in, everyone. How are you all doing? So we are going to be doing the weekly reading. So this is for starting, let's see, the 28th. I just want, yes, the 28th through the 6th of July. So we are wrapping up June here, and we're going to see, kind of tap into the energy to see how July is going to start off. There's a lot kind of happening astrologically this week that should be a little intense. So let's dive in. So there is a couple things from an astrology standpoint I do want to hit just to make sure you guys are aware, because we have some big things going on this week, like I said. So this first week of July is going to have some kind of unexpected potential realizations, information, or just kind of things happening. And we're going to end the week with either kind of any sort of illusions or fantasies that we've been kind of focusing on, getting some clear insight about that they are just illusions, or there's going to be things that are actually going to start working out. So that might seem negative, but the thing is, we're kind of gaining clarity. We need some clarity. So whether it's clarity of I'm on the right path, or clarity about, okay, we need to shift, either one is going to be for your best and highest good. So we have Venus conjunct Uranus happening, and that is going to be that, if you watch my channel or any astrology, Uranus is about just like breakthroughs, unexpected things, like surprises, and then Venus is about relationships, finances, and connections. So anything around that maybe something might there might be a major breakthrough, or there might be a big surprise with that conjunction. But conjunctions are positive, so it's going to be something good. It's like a good surprise. So I think that is going to be welcomed, right? Also on the 4th, Venus enters Gemini. So it's going to really shift the energy to, let me see here. I'm just looking in my book here. So that's going to kind of lighten up the tone when it comes to relationships. It's going to make things lighter, flirtier. Gemini is known for the flirt. It's going to bring up curiosity. It's also going to bring up a focus on communication and relationships. So it's going to really ask us to, communicate with others. How are we communicating others? But love is going to be more open, and kind of, there's going to be more of a flow there with Venus and Gemini together. So at the same time here, on the 4th, so there's a lot on the 4th, but Neptune goes retrograde on the 4th as well that evening. So that is where it's kind of going to pull back the veil of any sort of illusions or dreams that we have. What have you kind of potentially been, again, creating this image that's not necessarily backed on clarity? And what do we need to revisit here? So what are our dreams? What are our fantasies? What is really in the depth of our heart's desires, and re-looking at that to try and understand, am I lying to myself about something? Maybe I need to reassess and get some clarity around, focus on what is it that I really want, instead of what maybe my fears, my codependencies, or my patterns are wanting, right? It's getting that clarity here. So it's really helping us to resolve any unanswered things, any misdirection, or if we're going in the wrong direction. Retrogrades really help us to stop and reassess, reflect on kind of where we've been going, and are we going in the right direction? Are we doing the right things that are for our highest good? And it helps us get that clarity that helps us really free ourselves from anything that's not aligned with where we're at, or like I said, for our highest good. And then I think that's the big things here I wanted to talk about. So we have a lot with Venus here, and that Venus, Gemini, Neptune energy is going to be also when we're communicating this week. With Neptune retrograde and Venus and Gemini, making sure that we're communicating in a way that's not like, I don't want to say it's not about lying, but it's, are we communicating in a way that people can really understand what we're getting across, and maybe re-looking at, hey, where have I been communicating, maybe even in a specific relationship, that like the messages have been distorted. And it could even be like messages coming to you from somebody, like maybe you've been distorting what they've been saying, and now you're going to actually get some clarity, like, oh, that's what they actually were trying to get across, or now I get it. So we are July here, which we're also in big Cancer season, so happy birthday to all you Cancers out there. Just to kind of kick off with this Cancer theme this month, the themes for the month are nurturing, home, and family. Those are so Cancerian themes, energies, and Cancer really asks us to, you know, it brings us back home. Like, what is home to us? What feels good? Where do we want to create a home base? Looking at our families, our connections, our friends, what feels good. Okay, Cancer wants to feel good. Cancer is very nurturing. What kind of environment, what kind of people do we want in our life that really nurtures us at a soul level? So that's going to be a theme for the month. So let's go ahead and get started here and see where we go. All right, first card out, we have Grounded, Uluru, Australia. So I kind of feel like this card, especially if you know the landscape here of Uluru in Australia, it's kind of a place that's out in the middle of nowhere. And it's all of a sudden there's this huge kind of mountainous terrain that just kind of juts up out of the middle of like a barren desert. It's a very sacred place. And so it's kind of like maybe you feel like you're just have been kind of in a desert, just like, you know, one step at a time. It's been a challenge. Like, you know, it's like trying to get somewhere or get out of this place that's barren or stagnant. And all of a sudden, in the middle of kind of when we think of our path, all of a sudden there's this spot we hit on the path where there's a lot of spiritual energy, and it's asking us to really ground into this new energy, and it's really going to help support us. So I feel like you've hit, there's a pivotal point right now in this week that's going to be really supportive for you, supportive of you kind of gaining awareness, also getting insight about your life or certain situations or the path ahead. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of support to help you feel a lot grounded than you have been, and not feeling that you're just like out in the desert by yourself. Courage, Vikings in the New World, and freedom. 1963, I Have a Dream speech. So these are from the Time Traveler's Oracle by Denise Lynn. I love these cards. So there's definitely, I almost feel like some of you have been actually like praying or asking your spiritual support team to help you through a situation. Give me some courage. Give me the strength to face, kind of, to me, it's been kind of an unknown space. Like, again, you're out in the middle of nowhere. there's not a lot of abundance, or there's not a lot of things happening here for you, but you're facing it with courage. And it's almost like I'm hearing to don't give up, right? Like if you feel like you've kind of given up, or things just kind of crumbled, or something didn't work out, there's a reason that you are where you are. There's also a freedom, that there's a liberation of, to me, fear. That is the reason you're going through certain things. I do feel like this too from a collective standpoint. I feel like we need to ground in with what's happening in just our external reality. And it's going to take some courage to stand up for who we are, but also stand up in the face of a lot of uncertainty, adversity, crazy things going on. But I do feel like you're about to hit some sort of unexpected, it could be a windfall, it could just be something coming to you. That's with that Uranus energy, something unexpected that really liberates you from something that you felt really tied to. This could be like a sense of security as well. Like maybe you've always really, like, money has been such a source of security for you. And like, if you don't have enough money, it really shakes your foundation. And maybe you're really going through it right now. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe you had some unexpected expenses that has really drained you financially. But I feel like what's happening now is this kind of programming of your belief systems, to where you're going to ground more into your spiritual higher self than ground into anything in the physical world. And you're going to start to feel a sense of liberation, like I'm not so tied to money anymore, or I'm not so codependent on relationships anymore. It could also be a windfall where it maybe helps you financially. Maybe there's financial sovereignty. You come across some money that, again, helps to make this not be such a source of, ungroundedness, if I should say. And I didn't address, of course, Jupiter's in the mix here today. So thanks, Jupiter. And this kind of came, just I thought of, Jupiter is a Taurus. And Taurus is really that sign that is about grounding. It wants to feel grounded. So I feel like Jupiter had to be here in the reading today to help with the energy that you're being called for this week. So let's dive into the tarot and get some more information. I also heard the sky's the limit. That just came in for me. The sky's the limit right now. Like anything and everything could happen. I feel like things are really opening up. Anything is possible. So there's this courage in the face of uncertainty, but I'm getting that things are really opening up. All right, so underneath we have the King of Swords. These are kind of mini cards. King of Swords, Knight of Wands, Eight of Swords. So yeah, definitely feeling stuck by something in your head, worrying, anxiety, Nine of Swords. But here's the High Priestess. Here's that spiritual wisdom, just knowingness coming in. And I feel like something really shifts this week of you just knowing, you're feeling it, like you're on the verge, like I said, of the sky's the limit, an opportunity opening up, things shifting for whatever's worrying you. There's a little bit too of the King of Swords and the Knight of Wands, like there's this back and kind of a seesaw between, clarity and wanting to act and wanting things to happen quick. And with the King of Swords, the king he knows exactly what needs to happen when. He has that like alignment. He has the logic, the information. He's planned things out. Where the Knight of Wands is sitting behind the king like, hurry up, I want to do this. I want to, you know, there's that impulsive energy of wanting to just like storm ahead into, right, to me, into this new possibilities. But the king, I'm hearing like, just hold on. We need to have patience. I'll know exactly when I need to do something, when the clarity needs to come. And that's this high priestess of this knowingness. And I feel like maybe too, if you've been more in the Knight of Wands, if that's more your personality, or if that's like a pattern of yours to be impulsive and just kind of act without thinking, act without a plan. I feel like this King of Swords energy is really coming in this week. This is very Gemini air energy as well. To help you in your current situation where you're at. Because I think there needs to be some clarity here before you jump ship, before you give up, before you just impulsively act here, right? Because I know things have been a little rough. Like you felt really stuck, you felt bound. Maybe again, there's this sense of lack of security right now. I feel like that's what I'm getting from the collective. I'm not feeling safe. I'm not feeling secure in where I'm at right now. This could be also because of if you're allowing the external world, you know, events to also kind of pull you in different directions. There's a lot in the head going on right now, and there's something about needing to kind of rein that in. And definitely not feeling grounded, but I feel like this week is going to bring some groundedness to you. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely support coming in. So if you feel like you're all alone and you need to figure out something in your current situation that's left you feeling a little overwhelmed, for some of you, I'm hearing like, where's the money at? Where's the opportunities here? And feeling like, again, disappointed in kind of the energies right now or how things have been going, and feeling a little sullen. I'm getting that word with the Four of Cups, like sullen a bit. I feel like you're really trying to do the best you can to not get pulled down into too much like fear and anxiety. But like, I'm also getting with this Page of Pentacles, there's a nugget of value in what's happening right now. There's a lesson that you've overcome here. And I do feel like with the Two of Cups, this could be referring to a relationship, relationship disappointments, but also I feel a lack of support potentially from your relationships. But I feel like maybe that's shifting, that there are people around you that are offering something to help balance and to give forward to help you out. But if you're here about relationships, I definitely feel like there's been some disappointments in relationships for you. And you're wiser nonetheless is kind of what I'm hearing, because there definitely was a lesson learned. And I feel like you're having the courage to kind of change your patterns and not just give in to codependencies. And again, you're freeing yourself from the chains of, I'm getting a lot of things for people. You're freeing yourself from patterns, from belief systems, from energies. If there's been just energies that have like negative energies around you, freeing yourself from having the weight on your back, being very like hyper independent, feeling like you have to do everything yourself. There's a shift here. Okay, so we have the Hermit, the World, the Empress. I thought that was World. So in this card, in this Empress, you see kind of like she's gestating. The earth here is in her womb. So I definitely feel like there's something that's about to be birthed something new in your life that you're on the verge of giving birth to. And you maybe feel like you've been through a period of time, again with the Hermit, like you've been on this solo path. You've been on a path feeling very, maybe it's been a very introverted period of time where you kind of feel like there hasn't been a lot of, connecting with people, things to do. Because the Hermit's path is a path of solitude, of doing it on your own, of really kind of a big spiritual path, but you have to do that inner work on your own here. So to me, it's been a period, and it could have been for a long time you've felt alone, but I feel like that's shifting. And there's been some value in this, and I know people hate to hear that when a path has been challenging, like, oh, there's a lesson here, but I feel like you're finally learning the lesson. You're finally seeing the value. There's some enlightenment happening where it's kind of making sense. And the Star, yeah, big stuff here. So there's healing here. What's being birthed is going to be very healing for you, but I also feel like this has been a wish of yours for a long time, and it's finally coming to. So it could be a relationship. 8 of Wands. So things are coming in quick. Queen of Swords. So we have the King and Queen of Swords here. There's a meeting of the minds. Clarity and the Fool. Love this. I love this for everyone here. There is a definite new path that's opening up, that's about to be birthed. And anything that's been dragging you down, this is about to, like, water off a duck's back, right? Like pretty soon it's going to be like you're going to be on this new path. All of this is going to be like a dream, a memory, and you're going to be like, why did I worry? Why was I so afraid or worried that things wouldn't come together? And you're about to really get clarity on this week. So that's that Venus conjunct Uranus. Like sudden clarity, sudden breakthroughs, surprises that finally like give you some truth, some information that sets you forward on a supportive path. This could be like coming through via communication from something. It can be about a trip or a move even. Let's see, what's the 8 of Wands about? Queen of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. This could also be Cupid's arrows. If, like I said, if you're here for relationships, I do feel like there's definitely been in the past heartache, loss, grief around relationships. But the Cupid's arrows are coming in to bring you to something new that's going to be amazing. I just feel a lot of nurturing energy coming in through the divine, and they're going to help you. And this is about building something new on your own, but in a way that's really grounded. Like you're not just getting security or grounded energy from somebody else and like relying on them for your groundedness or your security. Like this is coming through you, because it has to come through you first for it to really stick. And I'm not talking about like money. I'm talking about being grounded in who you are, being grounded in this physical reality. You know, especially if you have like belief systems or issues around money and you feel like you have to have money, or you're all like you can't handle it, right? The Queen of Pentacles learns that it comes from within her energy, within her higher self. And when you truly ground from within, it doesn't matter what happens around you anymore. You're going to stay grounded. You're going to be able to face things a lot easier, Because people who are reliant on relationships or money or like a secure job or like whatever it is for you, if you notice, those people tend to be in a very up and down sort of energy. Their moods, their, you know, anxieties, their fears, their triggers, they're very up and down. And it's because they rely on everything externally to be calm and safe, and like they need to control that. That can be a lot to do with controlling people too. And if that's kind of you, if you're like, oh yeah, that's totally me, you're being put in a situation that's helping to free you from this pattern. What's the Two of Cups about? Seven of Wands. If you're feeling, again, overwhelmed by a lot of things in the your external world, like in your life, there could be a lot of different things going on that's very overwhelming for you. I do feel this sense of needing to like energetically protect yourself, because, so there's some guidance here, but I do again feel like there's some harmony that has to happen from within you. Let's get one more. The World. So there is an ending, and if you see in this card too, she's on her own. She's you know, in most tarot decks, the Seven of Wands, that person is on like higher ground, but they're by themselves, kind of. They feel like they're all on their own, having to face and defend off the world. And I feel like there's an ending to you feeling like you have to do everything on your own. And there's new beginnings here with new people, new support, new relationships. What's the Empress? What's being birthed here for you guys? Judgment. I feel like there's a new path. There's definitely like, if you feel like right now there's not a lot of options for you, or like you've been, again, like at this fork in the road, but you have no idea even what your options are. I do feel like what's being birthed is a very clear direction of like, this is the right path. And there's some major spiritual awakenings happening as well. So that could be what's, could be happening for some of you. And like, this is like a rebirth. In this deck, I almost feel like Judgment is like her soul's being rebirthed. Like this freeing, again, we got the Freedom card. There's this new level of freedom, and however that manifests in your life. Let's see, one for the Star and the Fool. The Lovers. Yeah, so this could definitely be a relationship. And it's definitely something that, like I said, you have the Star and the Nine of Cups. So overall, this is like a wish fulfilled. This is definitely something you've been praying about, or you've been putting out intentions for, and now it's finally coming to you. And this is gonna, the Fool is also this like freeing energy. It's about freeing ourselves from the baggage from the past, from the paths of old, right? It's about leaving something that wasn't as great behind, and really feeling the freedom of taking a risk, and it really paying off in a positive way. Wow, this is an exciting week. So whatever shows up for you, I think this is to give you some level of kind of certainty and groundedness, knowing that everything is going to work out here. And I do feel like something big is about to unfold for you, and it's going to be something that you've really wished for or have been trying to manifest for a long time. So that's amazing. All right, everyone, you have a good week ahead. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. a couple people that are followers or subscribers have said, oh, I'm not seeing your videos in my feed. So definitely, if you hit that bell button as well, once you subscribe, if you hit the bell, that will ensure that every time I post a new video, you'll get notified. So just wanted to call that out because some people were asking. But all right, look forward to the July monthly zodiac readings as well. Those will be coming in the next week or two here. So all right, bye for now.